Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn Commerce with Namita. I am Namita Mane. In today's video, we are going to solve an example of company's final account. This example was asked in SPPU examination for 20 marks, October 2022. So the example is on the screen. Gauri Company Limited was registered with an authorized capital of rupees 20 lakh divided into 20,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. So the trial balance of Gauri Company Limited is the trial balance is as on 31st March 2022 was as follows. So to the debit side, these are the items. To the credit side, these are the items like motor car, sundry debtors, salary, bank interest, traveling expenses, machinery, building, discount allowed, wages, opening stock, purchases, carriage outward, cash in hand, printing and stationery, repairs, director's fees, audit fees, journal expenses. So in front of each particulars, the amount is given. Then sales, profit and loss account. This profit is of the last year as on 1st April 2021. Sundry creditors, debentures, share capital is given of 10,000 shares of rupees 10 each. Along with this trial balance, there is some additional information given like closing stock is rupees 60,000. Then the closing stock is given as on 31st March, rupees 60,000. Then second adjustment is provide rupees 4,300 for RDD on debtors. Third is provide depreciation on machinery 10%, buildings 5%. Fourth, outstanding wages rupees 10,000. Then last is provide directors declared final dividend at 5% on paid up capital. You are required to prepare balance sheet and statement of profit and loss for the year ended 31st March 2022 as per Companies Act 2013. Okay, so now this was the question. Okay, now how to solve this example? First, you have to prepare the balance sheet as per Companies Act 2013. Second step is to prepare the statement of profit and loss account. Okay, and then we have to prepare the necessary working notes. Okay, now in my last lecture I have discussed about the format of balance sheet and format of profit and loss account. Okay, so this is the format of balance sheet and this is the format of profit and loss account. Along with this format I have given you the working notes also. Okay, and for each working note I have given some number, and under that working note what is the title and what are the items come under that working note. For example, like working note number 1 is share capital. Under share capital there is authorized capital, then we have to write all the issued and subscribed capital. Okay, so like that I have prepared this notes. Okay, from for the balance sheet as well as for the profit and loss account. So we will to solve this example of this example, we will keep the working note number same as it is as the notes which I have shared in the previous session. Okay, now let's solve the example. This example, Gauri Companies Limited. Okay, so now here you can see that in front of the trial balance. Okay, is to understand very easy that in which for example motor car, in which working note it goes. Okay, that you should write in the in front of that particular item. So it will be easy for you to understand that it will be easy for you to pass the entry or post the entries in that particular working note. Now now motor car are basically assets. Okay, so it will go in working note number 10. Sundry debtors. Now on sundry debtors there is adjustment. So first we will tick mark on the entries which has adjustment. Now sundry debtors is having adjustment. Then machineries, buildings and wages. Okay, these are having adjustment, and we have adjustment that on 5% on share capital also will tick mark. Then closing stock is there, we have, that is the hidden adjustment which we have to do. Now sundry debtors, it will go in working note number 18. Salary, working note number 32. Now this working note number, why I am giving, because as per my notes I have given the title and the note number. Okay, that's why I am solving it according to my notes. So you can see, you can refer to my previous lecture. So you'll find, see now why I have given working note number for salary 32, because the heading of salary is what? Employee benefit expenses, and salary is a part of employee benefit expenses. That's why employee, according to my notes, employee benefit expenses note number is 32. Okay. Then opening stock, sorry, bank interest 33, it will go in fixed cost. Traveling expenses 35, it will go in other expenses. Machinery 10, buildings 10, discount allowed 35, it is other expenses. Wages 32, opening stock 31, purchase 30, carriage outward 35, cash in hand 24, printing and stationery 35, repairs 35. These are all other expenses. The heading of note number 35 is other expenses. Directors fees 35, audit fees 35, journal expenses 35. Then sales, note number 27, revenue from operation. Profit and loss, note number 2, it will go in reserves and surplus, where this is the last year profit. Sundry creditors, note number 7. Debentures, note number 3. And share capital, note number 1. Okay, now we'll go to the adjustment. Now this is closing stock. So first entry of this closing stock will come in note number 31, and second effect will go in note number 22. Okay, now RDD note number, we obviously have to do in on sundry debtors, we have to less RDD from sundry debtors. So first effect will come in note number 18, and second effect will come in note number 35. Machine depreciation 10% and building 5%. First it will go, the first effect will be in note number 10, second effect in note number 34. Outstanding wages, first effect we have to give in note number 32, we have to add the wages, outstanding wages, and second effect in note number 8. And next is directors declared final dividend 5% on paid up capital. First effect you will give in note number 2, and second effect in note number 9. Okay, so now after passing writing down the note numbers in front of each particulars, so it will be easy for us to directly that we have to post this entry in this note number. Okay, like for example wages, so we have written 32, for we will open working note number 32, and there we will pass this entry. Okay, now I will show you once again the notes which I have prepared. Okay, see, working notes account of profit and loss account. The link I will share in the description box so that you will refer to that first session, so that this session will be easy for you to understand. Okay, now let's solve the example. Now after writing down these entries, okay, we will prepare the accounts. Now first you will prepare the balance sheet. Okay, so first prepare the format of balance sheet in this way. Second, you have to prepare the statement of profit and loss account. After preparing these two important thing, balance sheet and profit and loss account, then prepare the working notes. Okay, these are the working notes which you have to prepare. Okay, so here I have prepared the balance sheet. Now see, in the balance sheet you will write the total amount directly. Whatever is the working note, whatever is the adjustment, you will solve in the note. Okay, you will solve here in this notes. Okay, so now first is what? First we have to write the authorized capital, entry of the authorized capital, that is 20 lakhs, and this authorized capital will be in the note number 1. Okay, so note number 1 is what? Share capital. Okay, so here I have written authorized capital. What is the value of authorized capital? 20 lakhs. Okay, now authorized capital you cannot take in the calculation of total. Authorized capital is 20 lakh. Okay, now next is what? Share capital. Next, share capital. Share capital is how much? 10 lakh. 10 lakh is the share capital of 10,000 equity shares of 100 each. So 10,000 into 100, 10 lakhs. Okay, now next, now we'll go as per the particulars. Now motor car. How much is the motor car? 3,70,000. Where we have to pass this entry? In note number 10. So note number 10. Motor car. Note number 10 is what? Property, plant and equipment. Motor car, the value is 3,70,000. 3,70,000. After motor car, next is sundry debtors. Sundry debtors, where we have to pass this entry in note number 18. The value of sundry debtors is 96,000. Okay, now on this sundry debtors we have RDD. Okay, 4,300. So note number 18, sundry debtors. In inner column you will write sundry debtors value, that is 96,000 less RDD. RDD is 4,300. Now from 96,000 less 4,300 we get 91,700. Okay, now first effect of this entry we have of RDD we have did in note number 18. Now second effect we have to give in note number 35. Okay, RDD in the outer column, other expenses. Okay, so first effect in note number 18, that is trade receivable, and second effect we have given in other expenses RDD 4,300. After RDD, next is salary. Salary note number 32. Salary is how much? 1,50,000. So note number 32, salary. Note number 32 is employee benefit expenses. Salary is how much? 1,50,000. There is no adjustment, so directly write in the outer column. 1,50,000. After salary, next is bank interest. Bank interest, note number 33, that is 4,000. Bank interest, note number 33, the note number 33 is what? Fixed cost. So bank interest 4,000. Okay. After that, traveling expenses, note number 35, it is other expenses, value is 40,000. Note number 35, traveling expenses value is 40,000. Okay. After traveling expenses, next is machinery. On machinery, there is adjustment, that is depreciation of 10%. 8 lakhs is the machinery. Note number 10. Then next is what? Building. Building also note number 10. Value of building is 5 lakh. And how much is the depreciation? 5%. Okay. So second effect of depreciation we have to give in note number 34. Okay. So now we will do note number 10. Machinery. The value of machinery is 8 lakh. Less depreciation 10%. How much is the on 8 lakhs 10% is 80,000. So 8 lakhs minus 80,000, remaining is 7 lakh 20,000. Okay. Now second effect of 80,000 we have to give in note number 34, that is depreciation and amortization expenses. So depreciation on machinery we got 80,000. Okay. Next, buildings. The value of building is 5 lakh. Less depreciation. Depreciation is 5%. So 5% on 5 lakh, that is 25,000. So 5 lakh minus 25,000, remaining is 4 lakh 75,000. Okay. The second effect of building of depreciation we have to give in note number 34, depreciation and amortization expenses, that is 25,000. Okay. Next is discount allowed, note number 35. Discount allowed is 15,000. Discount allowed 15,000. Okay. Next, wages, note number 32. Wages is 80,000. The adjustment on wages is outstanding wages 10,000. So the effect, first effect in note number 32, that we have to add in 80,000, and the second effect we have to give in note number 8. Note number 32, wages. The value of wages is 80,000. Add outstanding wages 10,000. 80,000 plus 10,000, 90,000. The second effect we have to give in note number 8. Note number 8, that is other current liabilities. So outstanding wages, outstanding salary, the second effect will come in other current liabilities. Okay, other current liabilities, outstanding wages, that is 10,000. Okay. Next, opening stock, note number 31. Okay, and note number 31, and you can see the closing stock also, note number 31. Okay, and the second effect in note number 22. So in note number 31 you will write opening stock. Opening stock is rupees 70,000. and closing stock less, you have to do less closing stock, that is 60,000. Remaining is what? 10,000. Okay. Now second effect of this closing stock you have to give in note number 22 in the inventory. So closing stock, that is 60,000. Clear? Opening stock in note number 31, opening stock 70,000, less closing stock 60,000, remaining 10,000. And the second effect of closing stock you have to give in inventories, that is note number 22, that is 60,000. Okay. After opening stock, next is purchase. Purchase note number 30, value of purchase is 3 lakhs. Note number 30, purchase. Purchase value is 3 lakh. After purchase, next is carry outward. Okay. Now carriage outward, note number 35, value is 20,000. Now whatever remaining is what? All leaving cash in hand, note number 24. Remaining cash in hand, others are what? All are the entries of note number 35. Okay. So we will pass all the entries together. Carriage outward 20,000, printing and stationery 20,000, repairs 15,000, directors fees 25,000, audit fees 5,000, journal expenses 80,000. All these entries will go in note number 35, that is other expenses. Okay. So carriage outward, so note number 35, other expenses, carriage outward is written already. Carriage outward, the value of carriage outward is 20,000. Then printing and stationery 20,000, repairs 15,000, directors fees 25,000, audit fees 5,000, journal expenses 80,000. Okay. Now what is remaining in the debit side? That is cash in hand, note number 24, 10,000. Note number 24, cash in hand 10,000 written. Now next sales, note number 27, that is revenue from operation. So the value is 10,50,000. Note number 27, revenue from operation, sales 10,50,000. Next, profit and loss account as on 1st April 2020-21, note number 2, 2,32,000. This is the profit of last year, 2,32,000. So opening balance of profit and loss, that is right in the inner column, 2,32,000. Then we have to add the current year profit and less the proposed dividend. After that, sundry creditors, note number 7, 1,68,000. Note number 7, 1,68,000. Sundry creditors. So note number 7 is trade payable. So under trade payable, sundry creditors 1,68,000. Next, debentures, note number 3, and the value of debentures is 1,50,000. Note number 3, debentures. Note number 3 is long-term borrowings, debentures. Debentures are long-term borrowing, 1,50,000. Share capital, already I have written. share capital 10 lakhs. Okay, now from this question we have passed all the entries of the trial balance in the working note. Okay, along with this we have did the additional information also along with the second effect. So stock, closing stock, debtors, machinery, buildings, outstanding wages. Now what is remaining? Directors declared final dividend at 5% on paid up capital. Okay, so we have to remove the 5% on the paid up capital. Now see, always whenever there is a dividend, it has to be declared on the paid up capital, that is share capital. You cannot take on the authorized capital. Okay, now so 5% on 10,000 on 10 lakh, 5% on 10 lakh, on this 10 lakh. So how much we get? We get 50,000. Okay, so where you will write this 5% dividend which we have got on the paid up capital, that is 10 lakh rupees, on 50,000 is the paid up capital. We have to write in note number 2. So under opening balance of profit and loss account, add current year profit and less proposed dividend. How much is the dividend proposed? 5%. Okay, for your understanding I will write here 5% on 10 lakh. So 5% on 10 lakh is 50,000. Now this second effect of dividend we have to give in note number 9, that is proposed dividend. So how much is the proposed dividend which we got? That is 50,000. Okay. Now here we have completed all the entries in the working note. Now we will close the accounts of the working notes. First we'll close the accounts of the profit and loss account, which is starting from the 27. Okay. So first close the account of revenue from operation. The balance is how much? 10 lakh 50,000. Okay. Now close the purchase stock 30,000 or 3 lakhs. Then remaining is 10,000. Next for note number 31. Note number 32, total is 1,50,000 plus 90,000, 2,40,000. Then note number 34, 80,000 plus 25,000, 1,05,000. Number 33, fixed cost 4,000. Then note number 35, that is other expenses. Add all these expenses, the total will be 2,24,300. This is the total of the other expenses. Okay, now we have closed the account. We will close the account of balance sheet also, 10 lakh. We will later on we will close the account working note of working note number 2, because we have to find the current year profit. Borrowings, Note number 7, that is 1,68,000. Note number 18, 91,700. Note number 22, inventory 60,000. Note number 24, 10,000. Only one entry, so total. Then other current liabilities 10,000. Proposed dividend, short term provision 50,000 total. Plant and property, plant and equipment total will be 15 lakhs 65,000. Okay, now we have closed all the working notes. Now we will pass this entry in front of, we will pass the entries in the statement of profit and loss account. Now revenue from operation. Okay, revenue from operation. So note number we have given for revenue from operation is note number 27. Okay, what is the total of note number 27? 10 lakh 50,000. 10 lakh 50,000. Okay, note number we have given note number 27. Now is there any other income? No, so dash. Now what is the total income? 10 lakh 50,000 is the total income. Now from this we have to less the expenses. Okay, now cost of material consumed, there is no, so leave it blank. Purchase of stock in trade. Okay, so here we have written purchase of stock in trade. What is the note number 30? What is the total of purchase of stock in trade? 3 lakhs. So write here 3 lakhs, note number 30. After that, change in inventory. Yes, we have prepared the working note, that is working note number 31, and the total is 10 lakh. Note number 31. Total of note number 31, that is change in inventory of finished goods, work in progress and stock in trade, is 10 lakh. 10,000. Next is employee benefit expenses. We have prepared the working note of employee benefit expenses, that is the total of employee benefit expenses, note number 32, 2,40,000. Note number 32, 2,40,000. Next, fixed cost, note number 33, and total is 4,000. 33, note 4,000. Then depreciation and amortization expenses, note number 34, total of note number 34 is 1,05,000. 34, 1,05,000. Then next is other expenses. Other expenses total is 2,24,300. Note number 35. Note number 35. 2,24,300. So see, here I am giving the indication that what is the total of other expenses. From where did I get this 2,24,300? Working note. So I will refer to working note number 35, and then I will check whether all the entries I have passed correct or no. Okay. Now, after this, we have to find the total of expenses. So, add all these expenses. Okay. After adding all these expenses, the total of expenses will be 8,83,300. Okay. So, this is the total of expenses. From this total of expenses, we have to find the profit. Okay. How? Income minus total expenses. That is total income minus total expenses. Now we can identify that expenses are less and income is more. That means we are getting the profit. Okay, so what is the profit? 10 lakh 50,000 minus 8 lakh 83,300, we get 16 1 lakh 66,700. So this is the profit for the current year. Okay, this is the profit for the current year. Now this profit, that is 1,66,700, we have to add in the previous year profit. So 1,66,700 in note number 2. Now add current year profit and last year profit. From that minus 50,000. So we get 3,48,700. Okay. Now the total of note number 2 will be 3,48,700. Clear? Now balance sheet, profit and loss account we have prepared. We got the current year profit. Now we will pass the entries in the balance sheet. First is what? Share capital. Note number 1. What is the total of note number 1? That is share capital 10 lakh. Note number 2. Note number 2 is what? Reserves and surplus. Next entry is what? In the balance sheet under equity and liabilities, reserves and surplus. That is, we have prepared reserves and surplus and we have given the number, note number 2. The total of note number 2 is 3,48,700. 3,48,700. Okay. Now money received against share warrant, there is no entry, so leave it blank. Then share application, money pending, allotment, nothing, leave it blank. Now next is what? Current liability, non-current liabilities. Under non-current liabilities there is long-term borrowings, deferred tax liability, other long-term liabilities, long-term provisions. Okay, so we have prepared, we have long-term borrowings. Long-term borrowings, note number 3, that is debentures. Debentures is 1,50,000. So note number 3 right here. Note number 3, 1,50,000. Now we don't have deferred liabilities, leave it blank. No long term, leave it blank. Now next is what? Current liabilities. Under current liabilities we have short term borrowings, trade payables, other current liabilities and short term provisions. Now we don't have any short term borrowings. Now trade payables, we have prepared the working note for trade payable and number is 7. The total of trade payable is 1,68,000. Note number 7, 1,68,000. Then other current liabilities, note number 8, total is 10,000. Next is short term borrowing, note number 9, total is 50,000. Okay. Now And now all the liabilities entries we have passed, so total the liabilities, add all the liabilities. Okay, so if we add all the liabilities, we will get 17 lakh 26,700. This is the total of the liabilities. Now next we'll write the assets. In the asset, first is what? Property, plant and equipment. We have prepared the note for property, plant and equipment, note number 10. Total is 15 lakh 65,000. So note number 10, that is 15 lakh 65,000. Then capital work in progress, there is no entry. Investment property, no. Goodwill, there is no entries. Other intangible, no. Intangible assets under development, no. Biological assets and other bearable plants, there is no. Then next is in the fixed assets we have trade receivable. The trade receivable note number is 18. Okay, note number 18. See here, trade receivable total is 91,700. 91,700. Then directly we have inventories, note number 22. See, inventories note number 22, total is 60,000. Note number 22, inventories 60,000. Next is note number 24, that is cash and equivalent. Cash and cash equivalent, note number 24, total is 10,000. Okay, here we have prepared total. Now add all the assets. So once you add all the assets, you will get 17 lakh 26,700. Okay, so you can see that liabilities total and asset total are same. That means our sum has been tallied. Okay, it is necessary to tally liabilities and assets. So in this way you have to solve the company's final account. Okay, I hope you have understood today's session. So I will summarize this example in a short this thing. First, in the question, okay, you have to write the note numbers in which the entries, in which note number the entries are going to go. Okay, after that we have to prepare the balance sheet and profit and loss account. This is compulsory, this you have to write this format. After that, whatever entries are being asked in the question, necessary working notes you have to prepare. Okay, so thank you very much. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, like and share the video, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the latest notification.